I'm here once again to update you on the mass animal death list. If you've not seen any of my videos, let me explain. I am reading from a list that a fellow has been creating for the past 8 years of mass animal deaths that have occurred all around the world. This person is a one-man show, and no matter what you believe, his site is called End of Times Prophecy. If you can get past the title of the site, you do yourself and those around you a service by checking out the list that he provides. Each entry has a link to the actual story coming down the news line as it has occurred. Each link is able, you can validate each link. Okay, so today I would like to start by reading from the list in April, starting in April 4th, 2018. 5 tons of dead fish wash up in Biobío, Chile. April 5th, 4 dead dolphins found on the coast of Yakakent, Turkey. April 6th, 6,000 ducks killed due to avian flu in Yampol, Bulgaria. April 6th, hundreds of dead eels found in a stream. A shock, it says, in Belfast, New Zealand. April 6th, thousands of dead river snakes and fish found in a river in Meghalaya, India. April 6th, 38 pilot whales dead after washing up on a beach in Westland, New Zealand. April 10th, 100+ geese fall dead from the sky after a storm in Idaho in America. Now, I wanted to take just a moment to click on this link and read a little bit about this story. There are so many of these stories happening all over. Birds falling dead from the sky. And the usual storyline is either it was a rare incident, or in this case they're calling it a freak accident. There's never a direct explanation as to why these things are occurring, but they are occurring, and they're occurring more and more frequently all over. So this article comes from SFgate. I don't really know that site, but this can be verified also by Googling in, or whatever search engine you're using these days, 100 geese found dead in Idaho, and you'll see there are other actual news stories. And this happened on Tuesday, April, well, the story was Tuesday, April 10th was when it was loaded. Over 100 geese found dead in Idaho in a freak accident. Let's see if I can get this story to work. Over 100 geese in Idaho were found dead Saturday night, and officials say the deaths are related to a severe thunderstorm that passed through the area. The geese are believed to have fallen from the sky in unison in a several 100-yard radius, according to an officer with the Idaho Department of Fish and Game. Now let me just say here that I'm not trying to slam anybody's character, but one thing that I will say is when you see the word Department of Fish and Game, department means government. Those people have protocol that they have to follow. They're not allowed to give their opinion on what they think could have happened. So let's put that out there. Several of the geese had their stomachs blown open, and all of them were dead. None were injured.
said Officer Jacob Burrell. Burrell described the incident as a freak accident. He told the Idaho State Journal that the ruptured stomachs and internal organs of the geese may have come from either the lightning or the impact of the crash. No kidding. No kidding. Sorry, as usual, you have to scroll through all of this garbage just to get to the rest of the story, if there is one. I'm not sure if there is, actually. So while I am trying to figure out if I can find more to the story, I'd also like to relate to you some information that I heard on another website. I believe it's called Mr. RMBB something or another. Let me tell you just a second here and I can give you the information. But anyway, the gist of this story is that in Wisconsin and Minnesota, they have had an absolute cruel winter season. They've had in Minneapolis, around the Minneapolis area, they've had over 80 inches of snowfall total this year, and they continue to have snow and cold weather. So what is happening is we're sitting at April 19th. This should be spring. The animals, especially the birds, are believing that it is spring. And they're really severely malnourished. They're having hypothermia, and it's a really bad situation for the bird population in many of those areas in Minnesota and Wisconsin. And there's a site that is putting out the alert for people to help, if they can, to provide water and food to the birds in the area to help them survive. That site is Mr. MBB333, and I will include a link to his site as well as the site that I mentioned before with the mass animal death list. I'll provide both of those links in the description of the video that I just shot. Let's see, and apparently, according to what some people are reporting, they're saying that the birds are actually walking right up to people, and it is alert bird emergency. It's REGI, Raptor Education, but apparently they're really struggling there. So then on to a personal notation. In the area that I'm living in northern Colorado, in the last 2 months, I have seen, I don't even remember, I've lost count of how many dead mice I've seen. I've also seen a number of dead raccoons and some dead birds. Now, on the face of it, it probably doesn't sound like it's anything to be concerned about that happens. But I cannot tell you the last time that I just saw a dead raccoon laying around that looked like it had just died. Usually there will be some type of remnants left from some type of kill, either it's coyotes or a big cat or something. These appeared to be totally intact, that they had just died. So I will start keeping a catalog of what I am finding in my area. I hope you'll do the same. We have had here in northern Colorado extremely bizarre winter. if you can call it that. We've not really had a winter, not that's typical for this region. The temperatures have been up and down all over the board, but mostly above average. We've only had one really significant winter storm event, and supposedly now here we are in April 19th, and we are to have a possible winter event coming in this weekend. It isn't uncommon to have late snowfall. What is uncommon is all of this crazy heat up and down in temperatures, lows that are beyond low for the average daytime high. I apologize, I've left this thing running. At any rate, please do check out those sites. Keep yourself informed, keep others informed. We are in scary times here. I'm hoping that if we reach a critical mass of awareness, maybe there is a point where we can start to work toward figuring this thing out. Okay, peace to you and to yours.